Hey YouTube, this is it. This is the last game I'm going to bring you in the Heart Gold Soul Silver to Noble Victories format. This is a really good game. It's in the Oswego top 8 top cut. This is me on the left playing Magnezone Eelekrik versus one time or 2009 third place Worlds finisher and top 16 at Worlds last year, Hornung. So really good player. I'm really excited to play against. And it's a mirror match. We're both playing Magnezone Eelekrik. And it's going to be a really good game. So I flip, and I believe I get to go first. I lead double Magnemite. He leads Magnemite Cleffa. We see me get the attach and collector. So really a great start for me. Going to be able to get everything that I want. The one thing to note here is that I'm running Thunderous. He is not. So initially, kind of when I'm looking at this matchup, I'm thinking that I need to get out Thunderous and start attacking with Thunderous as much as I can. I also grabbed 2 Dynamo with my collector, one of the free retreat one just in case I need a free retreater, and you know, some pretty standard stuff. I know he doesn't threaten to knock me out turn one pretty much, unless he does something crazy or plays some crazy tech. So I'm feeling pretty safe, and I decide to retreat into Thunderous, which I don't necessarily agree with. I could have just magnetic switched. Not really sure why I did that. It's really just wasting an energy attachment. But it's what I did. He's gonna collector, and he's gonna get out 2 more Magnemite and Dynamo. So now he's set up Field of Basics. It's really difficult for me to do anything with catcher-wise. So that's a really good strategy. But and he stays asleep. I'm able to attach to my Thunderous and evolve into an Eelekrik. I think that might have been part of my thinking, is I knew I had the Eel and I was okay with discarding because I'd be able to reattach. Not entirely sure. And then we just see an N from me. So he just decides to forgo his Eek and then just kind of not even bother with it and just take the cards from N. And I did see the Magnezone in my hand. I know I can't see your hands that well. The other interesting thing to note is I did hit the switch. So I should be able to, if I wanted to, I could this turn play switch, Dynamotor to my own Dynamo, or to my own Thunderous rather, and I could get potentially a turn 2 charge that would fully charge me to attack. So now I hit double Candy, double Zone, some really nice stuff here, and I just decided to charge. So I definitely have board control in this game now. He's going to be able to Sages, and it's really put up or shut up time for him, because I dropped the double Zone. My setup is pretty much as good as it could get. I could use another Eelekrik on the field, and I guess probably a secondary attacker or something, or but this matchup is really about KOing Magnezone. So he remembers he didn't flip for sleep. He's awake. Wondering if he's got the zone in hand. I already played a supporter, so I'm not really sure. I think that's okay. So that's him taking his cards from Sages, and he discarded Candy. I can't really tell what else he discarded. He's thinking about playing down any Eelekrik of his own. Holding off on a communication. And he decides to go ahead with it. And not sure what he's going to put in. Okay, another Eelekrik. And we'll see what he's able to get out. So he's going to grab a Magnezone. I'm assuming that means he has a Candy. Or rather, maybe he played the candy. Not really sure. There's a junk arm for it. Okay, so he's going to be able to magnetic draw back up to a big hand. So that's definitely not good for me. And he also gets out a Magnezone. And we're going to see him eke again. All right. So he's going to shuffle up. I think he didn't want to rush these games too much, so, you know. And I am hopefully going to have an energy attachment here. I'd like to be able to see one. I mean, I have a lot of energy, you know, in the deck, and I have a lot of draw power right now. I did discard one when I retreated Magnemite, which is interesting to note. So I do have the attachment. And then I'm able to attach to my Magnezone. And hopefully we'll see me play that catcher. I catcher up the Magneton. And that's definitely going to be a strong move for me, being able to get rid of his potential Magnezones before they even get there. I just magnetic drop again. I don't think I should do anything too crazy here. You know, I'm in a good spot, but not a fantastic spot. I decided to junk arm and put the catcher back in my hand. Not really sure how I feel about wasting junk arms this early when I don't know if I need catchers or not. And then I decide to evolve to a second Eelekrik and Dynamo to the energy. So I guess spreading energy is a good idea, but I wouldn't have wasted junk arm. And then I just Disaster Volt for the prize card. So an early 6-5 lead for me. He's just going to promote Cleffa. He's going to abuse the free retreater. We'll see what he goes and does from here, though. He gets out a second Eelekrik, or however you want to say that guy's name. And he's able to communicate once again, to Magnemite in. So now I'm expecting him to put down the Magnezone, just based on the fact that he's able to, you know, communicate feel confident communicating in the Magnemite. Or rather, maybe he didn't communicate in the Magnemite. I'm a little bit lost now. Maybe he self-communicated, like communicated for the same thing. But he gets down another Magnemite, which he should bench because, you know, I do have a catcher in hand. He knows that. You know, a bit of a misplay on my part. But he's able to catcher one of my Magnezones. So this is really going to disrupt me. And now we'll see where he goes from this. I believe he probably has enough energy to knock out my Magnezone. So a bit of a miscalculation on my part. But, you know, those are definitely going to happen. He's able to junk arm 2 and candy for a second Magnezone. And at this point, despite my fast setup, I feel like he has board control. You know, Thunderous, not starting with it, it really didn't do all that much for me. Had I been able to start with it, I probably would be another prize up, and this game would be, you know, differently shaped. But, you know, I only run 2 of it, so you can't expect to start with it too often. We'll see where he goes from here. He sages and discards 3 lightning. That's a bit of a ball buster for me. That's gonna really put me in a situation where, you know, he's got more energy available than me. He's gonna be able to double Dynamotor. I don't know if he's attaching them there or not. I guess he is. And he just decides to Lost Burn the 3, I believe. and he's going to take a knockout that way. So that's pretty rough. And at this point, I am forced into taking out his Magnezones pretty much the same way. I'm not going to be able to compete in the Magnezone trade-off though, so it's going to be a really interesting one. I'm going to collector here. Definitely want to get out some more Magnemites. So we'll see what I get. So I get at least one Magnemite. That collector was pretty devastating though, and going to be really difficult to come back from. I only grabbed one, which makes me think that I have a fourth Magnemite prized. That's really going to cost me in this one because, he might be able to catch it up, or basically I'm forced into having to try to hit this Magnezone, hit a Magnezone off of that Magnemite by next turn. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to be able to pull this one out. So that catcher really did me in, and really not going over after his Magnemites. I bench Cleffa now, and this is going to be part of my downfall. I thought that having three retreaters is important, and it is, but as I play a switch, I think that's so I can Dynamotor because I didn't actually hit any energy. It is. But what's going to happen here is now I'm restricted in my bench space and being able to only lay down a single Magnemite. So it's kind of not good, but we'll see. I do have 5 energy in play, so that's going to be enough to knock out a Magnezone, and it's going to put me in an okay position. I hang on to one energy on the Thunderous and one on the Magnezone. I don't know how I feel about this, but we're just kind of talking about where I should put my Lost Zone, just because it was a little confusing. He didn't want me to put it underneath my mat, which is understandable. I don't know why I wanted to do that. I thought it would look cool, which is stupid, but so he's gonna just kind of look through my discard pile, just kind of getting a feel for what I've got, and we'll see what he can do, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna have another he's going to be able to get enough energy in the discard pile. We saw a bunch of energy on that Sages, so he should be able to easily have 1 in hand and 2 in discard pile after this. He discards 2 Lightning and a Collector, and he instantly Dynamotors those 2 on to his Magnezone, and he attaches a 3rd one. And here we see a Candy and another Magnezone. So that's probably going to be able to do me in, but we'll see where I take it. He's really got board position, and he's going to come up with prize lead now. So, or maybe not. No, he's going to tie it in the prize lead. So I'm keeping up in the exchange, but with this sort of board position, it was really kind of a crapshoot. Or rather, not a crapshoot, skill based. But I feel like with the situation I was in, I was kind of doomed. He's able to Rod a Magnemite, a Magnezone, and a Zekrom back in. So, he's just got everything going for him right now. And, I had the great start, but the mid game, hasn't panned out so well for me at this point. He's just going to be able to promote that Magnezone, and really my only hope is that he's going to run low on energy, being forced to Lost Burn for these early prizes. But he does run Zekrom, and after he takes care of the Magnezones, everything's even Thunderous is one-shottable by Magnezone, or not by Magnezone, rather by Zekrom. So I promote Cleffa, really hoping I'm going to be able to get out this Magnezone. If I can get another Magnezone, even then I'm still, in a real big pressure situation. I'm not sure the Magnezone matters too much at this point. I see a Zekrom in my hand. Zekrom's nice, but he's not going to be able to win me this game. I communicate, however, and maybe I'll be able to get out that Magnezone and then Zekrom. So I do hit the Magnezone here, so that's pretty big. We'll see if I have the energy. I think I should. Uh, I, So there's the candy. I think I'm going to junk arm for it. I think I'm just kind of figuring out what I need to junk arm. Junk arm. Thinking about Thunderous and decided to go for Thunderous and Sages. Knowing that I need the energy attachment for my hand, and I didn't want to risk it. I know I have enough energy in the discard. So there's my attachment. There's one via Dynamotor, there's two. So I'm gonna be able to take out this Magnezone. This game was recorded a while ago, so excuse me. I'm having trouble remembering exactly what happens. And I'm able to take out his Magnezone. So now I'm not sure how much energy is in his discard pile, so we'll see if he has the energy to Lost Burn. There's a short pause in the game, but I think he's just kind of thinking over his options. Plays down a Collector, but he's looking through his discard. And Jay is really running skinny here. He's able to grab out a Magnemite. I think it's the one he got back with the Super Rod. I think that Super Rod is going to turn out to be, definitely the one that having taken the first Magnezone versus Magnezone prize and having hit the Super Rod, it's really going to be a big advantage for him in this. He's going to have more Magnezones than me. It's just, a fact of, life. So, or not life, but how is the game. I'm a terrible narrator. Anyways, so he's going to drop the Zekrom and the Magnemite. And he does have the energy in hand. We'll see if he has the 2 to Dynamotor from his discard. Haven't been keeping great track of that, just, narrating this game. I think he probably should, though, just based on how much of his deck he's been through. But I do think that he should be running fairly low on energy now. So he's got the 2 to Dynamotor. He puts them in his hand, and he's going to go all 3 to Zekrom. So he knows he needs to take that non-Magnezone prize. And this is really, he chooses to Outrage here. Nope. That's a Bolt Strike. So, that's one less energy for me to have to burn. And if I can hit the Lightning, I should be able to, take out another Pokemon. What I'd like to see here is if I drop another Sages. And I think I'm looking for the Super Rod at this point just to come up with the another Magnezone later on down the game. But, I discard an energy, which means I probably have one. I also discarded Junk Arm. I'm not sure how I feel about. I feel like I got rid of Junk Arms too easily in this game. Re-Junk Arming for the catcher instantly. If I could get the energy on the field, and if I could knock out his Magnezone on the bench, I could really make a huge difference. I play the switch. I catcher up the Magnemite. That is a bad call on my part. I should have. Maybe I think I only have 1 energy in my discard pile. That might be the case. And, trying, I guess, to take the cheap prize. But, if I could have taken that Magnezone, that was definitely the play. I guess he doesn't have any energy on his Magnezone this way, or on. And, it's kind of questionable what I did there. So he's able to end, and now he's going to be able to knock out my Magnezone, just a simple outrage. And he's really going to be in a threatening position. He'll be able to kill everything with the Zekrom, and he'll be able to, I won't be able to draw anything. I'm going to get 2 cards here, and he's going to be able to keep drawing. So he gets an energy onto his Magnezone, and he magnetic draws. So don't think there's too much I can do at this point. I overextended. I didn't take a Magnezone prizes when I needed to. And we'll finish this game out. But this one's pretty much a sealed fate game from here on out. He's going to be able to just outrage. I'm going to promote Cleffa. I'm going to Sages again. Been able to hit those pretty frequently. Doesn't look like there's any energy in there, so not sure, how much I have in the discard pile that I've got in my hand. I do hit the Super Rod now, so maybe be able to turn around. I see a lightning energy in there, so that means that I think I was able to I get 2 Magnemites in the zone. So that means I was able to take out his Magnezone at the time, which is foolish for me not doing that. The way to win this is taking out Magnezones that have actually come into play rather than ones that he could theoretically get. I think I was trying to conserve energy there. That's not the way to win. So I will admit that was my misplay. And looks like I am forced to charge, and I think I'm doing this to try and get energy from my deck. I was having trouble hitting it. At this point, he's going to be able to tie it back up. He's communicating, zone in, and I think he's going to get out a Magnemite if he has one. But he's got 5 energy on the field, an active that can knock out anything on my side of the field, and he's got a pretty skinny deck right now. But, having not taken out that Zekrom, there's just not much left for me to do right now. So I cut. And we'll see if he can Dynamotor again. Doesn't look like it. But he does have a free retreater, so he's pretty, free to do things as he needs to. I don't really get why he promotes to Magnezone here. It just doesn't make much sense. He could take the knockout with Zekrom, and not waste those energies. I still need to take 2 prizes, so I don't really see the worry. I think he thought that if he does use another Bolt Strike, I can Electro Ball for a knockout using Eelekrik's attack. And then, maybe he'd respond and I'd be able to get a Magnezone out and win the game or something crazy like that. I end for 2 cards. This is more obviously for me drawing than for him limiting him because he has Magnezone out, and right now I don't have a clear way to take a prize card. I am able to bench, and here I am going to attach 2, and I think I'm going to go for the outrage. That's the right play here. Don't want to make it any easier for him. But I go for the outrage, and basically if he can hit the lightning energy, then he's pretty much got this one. He's able to magnetic draw, and there it is. So rough, but not unheard of. Definitely, a good shot that he had that one. And with that, not looking too good for me. Maybe if he didn't hit the energy, I could have turned it around. Maybe would have been close. He still has to burn off a lot of energy this way. But that's going to put him within one prize of victory. And I'm going to promote Cleffa. So, bit of do or die for me here. I have one card. I'm just kind of looking through my options. I can eke with Cleffa. That's probably what I'm going to have to do. I decide to attach to an Eelekrik. I count my cards. He lets me count just because, we're unsure if you're allowed to or not. You can count everything else in your field. He has, I think, like 11 or something, maybe 12 energy in his Lost Zone. So at this point, I'm thinking maybe I've overextended him. We'll see how much energy he runs. And I'm just going to have to eke. I flip tails, which is nice. But, we'll see what I can do. I saw a Magnemite. Might as well bench those. See if I can get the zone out, but I think I might have blown all my candies. Oh wait, it's not even my turn, my bad. He's kind of looking through my discard. He draws and he draws into another lightning energy. He's going to be able to communicate. It's probably to see what's in his actual deck to see if he has the energy. And he's going to switch into Cleffa. Attached to his benched Magnezone. And he catchers out Eelekrik. Okay. So now this is where things get interesting. Didn't expect him to have another catcher. But he's able to Dynamotor, and he'll be able to, lost burn for game. So that was a good game. A little bit of confusion at the end here, but he has a junk arm in hand. So he could have dumped lightning that way, but either way, he'll be able to Dynamotor onto Magnezone and take me out using Lost Burn for the game. Alright guys, thanks for watching.